Lifelong learning is an essential part of personal growth and professional development. Highly trained and well-informed employees play a vital role in the success of a company. Organizations often utilize game techniques to conduct training and professional development. And most of us have experienced some form of play at work, whether it be for new hire orientation, or as part of projects for designing, testing, or problem solving. We've also used them to learn or expand skills and for the ever so famous team building event. If used appropriately, gameplay can be an engaging and effective method of learning within any professional setting. But to fully optimize your organization's training program, it's important to understand and apply adult learning theories before selecting, designing, or developing a method of play. This is essential because organizations that implement the principles of adult learning theories in their training programs reap the benefits of a successful, empowered, and well-informed workforce. However, those who don't end up wasting valuable time and resources. They place themselves at risk for encountering safety issues, poor performance, and low employee morale. There are quite a few different adult learning theories, but all of them start with the same idea. Adults learn differently than children. Children need higher levels of engagement and are less naturally motivated in learning situations. They also approach new subjects from an entirely blank slate and have a higher need for direction, whereas adults are typically more self-motivated because they understand the value of education. They begin study with a goal in mind and approach new concepts based on pre-existing knowledge and are more able to self-direct when it comes to solving problems. In other words, adult learners need less guidance and they prefer more autonomy when it comes to having input on what they learn and how they learn it. They also want to know why the learning material is important and how it can help them to achieve a personal goal, solve a problem, or how it might apply to an area of interest in their life. And given that adults approach learning through the lens of prior knowledge built from life experience, it's essential to link new concepts and to things that most adults would be familiar with. For example, using principles of self-directed learning theory, select games that align well with the purpose of play and that directly relate to the employee or the team's goals and that provide autonomy for both play and assessment. Game methods such as simulations work well in these situations.
Attention all units. We've got a child missing in the area of the national park. Unit L8, we are on it. Unit GR8, we are on it. Sector clear. We move on to the next one. Base to K9, move to Sector Delta 7. 113, Lieutenant, 1011. Operator, we found him. He's alive.
Simulations also allow players to take control by assessing and learning from the outcomes based on the choices that they made during play. Using principles of andragogy and project-based learning theories, gamification can provide autonomy along with a sense of achievement by providing short-term and long-term benefits. For example, staff can voluntarily join a team that's purpose is to identify and solve a real problem related to their work area. One last thing to keep in mind when designing games for your professional learning environment, it's important to know the difference between learning goals and game goals and how each affect gameplay. Learning goals are the desired outcome or purpose for play. All learning starts with well-defined objectives, but they're not so easy to incorporate into the play of game. Game goals are typically part of the whole game design and focus on the gameplay experience. The goal of a designer is to find the sweet spot in aligning the learning goals and game goals in a way that both address the learning outcomes and keep the game fun. So what did we learn from all of this? The essential points. Gameplay is an effective learning tool for both children and adults. Adults and children learn differently. Adult learning theories and principles should be applied to game design for adult learners, whether in an educational or professional environment. Games are most effective when a balance is created between game goals and learning goals. And if you want to dig into this a little bit more, check out the resources on the reference page for some independent study on adult learning theories, principles, and integrating learning and game goals. Oh, you can't peek around. We're recording. All right, restart. Because I messed up. Learning through the lens of prior knowledge built from life experience. It's essential to, you just walked through my video. Okay. Brain freeze. Take 8,000. Smile. Wait for the toilet to stop running. In other words,